I kissed someone who wasn't my wife last night, and she was paid to make me do it. Her name is Elena. We met at a coffee shop 3 weeks ago. She smiled at me. I smiled back. That's how it started. Simple, innocent, wrong. My wife's name is Claire. We've been married for 8 years, together for 12. I thought we were happy. I was wrong about that too. Elena sat across from me now in the same coffee shop where we met. Her hands were shaking. She wouldn't look at me. I need to tell you something, she said. My stomach dropped. I already knew. Somehow I knew. Your wife hired me. The words hung there. Heavy, impossible. What? Claire. She hired me to test you, to see if you'd cheat. I couldn't breathe, couldn't think. That's not possible. Marcus, I'm sorry. I tried to stop it, tried to tell her it was a bad idea. But she insisted. How long have you known? Elena's eyes filled with tears. From the beginning, before I even walked into this coffee shop. Everything tilted. Every conversation, every laugh, every moment we'd shared. All of it was a lie. So what was the plan? My voice sounded hollow. You seduce me? Report back to Claire? Collect your money? Something like that. I stood up. Chair scraped against the floor. People turned to look. Marcus, wait. Why are you telling me this now? Elena looked up at me, and I saw something in her eyes I didn't expect. Genuine pain. Because I failed too, she whispered. I wasn't supposed to develop feelings, but I did. I sat back down. Hard. What? I know it's messed up. I know it's wrong, but somewhere between the scripted conversations and the fake coincidences, it became real. For me. And I think for you too. She was right, and that made it worse. Does Claire know? About my feelings? No. But she knows about last night. About the kiss? I had to tell her. That was the deal. My head was spinning. Where is she now? Home. Waiting for you. I grabbed my keys. Elena caught my wrist. Marcus, I'm sorry. I never meant... Don't. I pulled away, left her sitting there, drove home in a haze. Claire was in the kitchen when I walked in, drinking wine, casual, like this was normal. Hey, she said, how was your day? Cut the act, Claire. She took a slow sip. I don't know what you mean. Elena told me everything. Her face didn't change. Not surprised, not guilty, nothing. Oh, she wasn't supposed to do that. You hired someone to seduce your husband. What the hell is wrong with you? Claire set down her glass. I needed to know. Know what? If you still loved me, if you'd stay faithful, if our marriage was real. I laughed, bitter, broken. So you created a fake affair to see if I'd have a real one? I created a test. You failed. No, Claire, you failed. The moment you decided to manipulate me instead of talking to me, she stood up. Don't turn this around. You kissed another woman. A woman you hired. You still did it. She was right. I did. And I couldn't take it back. Why? I asked. Quieter now. Why didn't you just ask me? If you were worried, if you thought I was unhappy, why this? Claire's face finally cracked, just a little. Because I was scared of the answer. What answer? That you'd tell me you were fine, that everything was perfect, while secretly planning to leave. I wasn't planning to leave. Your brother did. To his wife, no warning, just gone one day. And Sarah was blindsided, devastated. I watched her fall apart, and I swore I'd never let that happen to me. I remembered, my brother Michael left his wife after 15 years, said he'd been unhappy for a decade. Nobody saw it coming. I'm not Michael. How would I know? You don't talk to me anymore. Not really. You're always working, always distracted, always somewhere else. So you hired someone to seduce me instead of telling me you felt neglected? I needed proof, not promises. I sat down at the kitchen table, put my head in my hands. This is insane. Is it? Claire sat across from me. You kissed her, Marcus. Given the chance, given the attention, given someone who listened to you. You kissed her. After 3 weeks of carefully planned manipulation. 3 weeks. That's all it took. I looked up at her. Do you even want to save this marriage? Or did you just want to prove yourself right? Claire didn't answer, and that told me everything. How did you find her? I asked. Elena. Service online. They specialize in this. Loyalty tests. They assign someone based on your type, your interests. Engineer meetings. Build connection. See what happens. And you paid for this? $1,500. I laughed again. Couldn't help it. You paid $1,500 to ruin our marriage. I paid $1,500 to save it by finding out the truth. The truth? The truth is, you don't trust me. The truth is, you'd rather play games than have a conversation. The truth is, our marriage was already over before Elena walked into that coffee shop. Claire's eyes filled with tears. Don't say that. Why not? It's true, you just wanted proof. I wanted to be wrong. I wanted you to turn her down, to come home and tell me about the weird woman who kept hitting on you. I wanted you to pass. Did you ever consider that maybe I'd fail because you set me up to fail? What does that mean? It means you created a fantasy, someone new, exciting, interested, someone who didn't know about my flaws, my failures, my bad days, someone who laughed at my jokes and looked at me like I mattered. You created the perfect temptation and then blamed me for being tempted. So it's my fault you cheated? It's your fault you turned our marriage into a test. We sat in silence. The kitchen felt cold, empty. What did she tell you? Claire finally asked. Elena, that she developed real feelings. That it wasn't supposed to happen. Something flickered across Claire's face. Jealousy, maybe. Do you have feelings for her? I thought about it, really thought about it. I don't know, maybe, but they're built on lies. So do they even count? You still felt them, and you still hired her. Another silence. Where do we go from here? I asked. Claire wiped her eyes. I don't know. Do you want a divorce? Do you? I asked first. She stood up, walked to the window, stared out at nothing. I thought if you failed, it would be easier. I'd have proof, a reason, permission to leave. But now that you did, I just feel empty. So you wanted me to fail? No, yes, I don't know. I wanted clarity, and now I have it. You'd cheat given the chance. Under incredibly specific and manipulated circumstances. It still happened. I stood up. I'm going to a hotel. Marcus, I need space, time to think, because right now, I don't know if I'm angry at you or at myself, and I need to figure that out before we have another conversation. I grabbed my keys again, headed for the door. I'm sorry, Claire said quietly. I know that doesn't fix anything, but I am. I stopped, didn't turn around. Me too. I left. The hotel was generic. Beige walls, scratchy sheets, perfect for feeling as empty as I did. I called Elena. She answered on the first ring. Marcus? Can we talk? Yes, where? Hotel lobby, downtown Marriott. I'll be there in 20 minutes. She arrived in 15, wearing jeans and a sweater, no makeup, hair pulled back. She looked different. Real. We sat in the lobby bar, ordered drinks neither of us touched. How did it go? She asked. She admitted everything. Defended it. We're separated now. Temporarily. Elena nodded. I'm sorry. Are you? You got paid. Job done. Don't do that. Do what? Pretend you don't know this got complicated. I looked at her. Tell me the truth. Everything. How does this work? Elena took a breath. The company is called Fidelity Check. They've been around for 5 years. They hire people like me, usually actresses, sometimes just people who need money. We get profiles of the target, their interests, where they go, what they like. Then we engineer a meeting. The coffee shop. You go there every Tuesday, same time, same table. I just had to show up. And the conversation? Scripted. At first, we're given talking points, common interests, things that create connection. But we're also trained to improvise, to respond naturally, to build real rapport. Rapport that leads to cheating. Not always. Most people pass. They're friendly but maintain boundaries. They mention their spouse. Keep it casual. Move on. But I didn't. No, you engaged. You came back the next week. And the week after that. You opened up, shared things, looked forward to seeing me. Because you made me feel seen. Elena's voice cracked. Because I wanted to see you. When did it change? For you. Second week. You told me about your job, how you wanted to quit and start your own firm, but were scared. And I realized I was actually rooting for you, not as part of the job, as a person who cared. So what was last night? The kiss. That was supposed to be the final test. I'd create a moment, something intimate, see if you'd take it further. Most targets pull back, make an excuse, leave. I didn't. No, you kissed me, and it felt real, and I knew I'd screwed everything up. I ran my hands through my hair. This is so messed up. I know. Do you do this often? Test people. It was my third job. First two passed. Boring, honestly. But this one, it was different. Lucky me. Marcus, I know you're angry. You have every right to be. But I need you to know something. The feelings I developed are real. The connection we had is real, even if the circumstances were fake. How can I believe anything you say? You can't. I understand that. But I'm here anyway, telling you the truth. Not because I have to, because I want to. I looked at her, really looked at her, and I saw it. The guilt, the conflict, the genuine emotion. What happens now, I asked. With you and Claire? I already submitted my report. I don't have contact with her anymore. My job is done. And what did you report? That you engaged, that feelings developed, that you kissed me. Everything she paid to know. Did you tell her you developed feelings too? No, that's not part of the report. And honestly, I don't think she'd care. She would. She's jealous. I could see it. Elena looked surprised. Really? You became a real threat, not just a test. An actual person who connected with her husband? That's different. Do you think there's a chance for you two? I thought about Claire, our history, the good years, the slow drift, the moment she decided to test me instead of trust me. I don't know. Maybe, but not like this. Not built on manipulation and lies. What about us? The question hung there. Dangerous, tempting. There is no us, Elena. We're a fake relationship built on a loyalty test. The feelings aren't fake, but the foundation is. Everything we built was designed to make me cheat. How do we come back from that? I don't know, but I want to try. I shook my head. You're the other woman in a scheme my wife created. Even if we tried, it would be tainted. Forever. So what do? Nothing. We walk away. You go back to your life. I figure out mine. And we both accept that this was a mistake. Elena's eyes filled with tears. It didn't feel like a mistake. That's what makes it worse. I stood up. She grabbed my hand. Marcus, wait. Can I say one more thing? I nodded. Whatever happens with Claire, whether you work it out or not, I want you to know something. You deserve someone who chooses you, who trusts you, Who doesn't test you? You deserve better than what happened here. So do you. I pulled my hand away, walked out of that lobby, didn't look back. I drove around for hours, past our house, past the coffee shop, past all the places my life used to make sense. Finally, I parked at an overlook. City lights spread out below. My phone buzzed. Claire, can you come home? Please, we need to talk. I sat there, phone in hand, decision pending. Part of me wanted to go home, fight for my marriage, work through this. Part of me wanted to drive to Elena's, see if something real could grow from fake beginnings. Part of me wanted to keep driving, leave both of them behind, start over. I called my brother Michael, the one who left his marriage, the one who started this whole mess in Claire's head. Marcus, it's midnight. You okay? No, I need advice. What happened? I told him everything. The test, Elena, the kiss, all of it. He was quiet for a long time. You still there? I asked. Yeah, just processing. That's insane. I know. Do you love Claire? I thought I did. Now I don't know what's real. Do you love Elena? I barely know her. The real her. So no, not yet. Maybe never. Then what do you want? I stared at the city lights. I want to feel chosen, not tested. I want someone who trusts me, who talks to me instead of manipulating me. I want a relationship built on honesty. Then you have your answer, which is neither of them. Not right now. Claire broke your trust. Eleanor was part of it. You can't build a future with either one until you figure out who you are outside of this mess. He was right. When you left Sarah, I said, did you regret it? Every day. But I also regret staying as long as I did, pretending I was happy, living a lie. At least now I'm honest. Are you happy? Getting there. It takes time. But yeah, I'm more me than I've been in years. Thanks, Michael. Whatever you decide, I'm here. I hung up, texted Claire. I'm not coming home tonight. Maybe not for a while. I need space. Time to figure out what I want. We both do. She responded immediately. Okay, I understand. I'm sorry. For everything. I texted Elena too. Thank you for being honest, but we can't see each other again. I hope you understand. She replied, I do. Take care of yourself, Marcus. I sat there until dawn, watching the sun come up over a city that suddenly felt full of possibility. My marriage might be over. My trust might be broken. My heart might be confused. But I was free. Free from manipulation. Free from games. Free from being someone's test. And that was a start. I drove to my office, pulled out the business plan I'd been working on, the one I told Elena about, the dream I'd been too scared to chase. I opened my laptop, started making calls. If I was going to rebuild my life, I'd do it right. On my terms, with honesty, with courage. Maybe Claire and I would find our way back to each other. Maybe not. Maybe Elena and I would reconnect someday. Maybe not. But right now, I needed to find myself. The version that existed before the test, before the lies, before everything fell apart. And I needed to make sure that version was worth choosing, not by someone else, by me. 3 months later, I signed the lease on my own office, started my firm, filed for separation from Claire. She didn't fight it, said she understood, said she was getting therapy, working on her trust issues. I hoped she'd find what she needed, really, but it wouldn't be with me. Elena sent a message once, just, congratulations on the new business. I didn't respond, not because I was angry, because some doors should stay closed. I'm learning to trust myself again, to make choices that feel right, to build a life that's real, no tests, no games, no pretending, just honest, messy, complicated truth. And that's enough. For now, that's enough.